Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. It's me, Keioffa. Welcome back to my tribe. I am a whole day late, y'all. Oh my goodness. What's up, everybody? This is for y'all that's watching the replay. I'm here. I'm so glad to be here. I do apologize for not coming in, checking in with y'all way before now. But it's some stuff that's been changing. It's not all bad. It's been good. And so I did do a poll the other day. And when y'all come in, I'll start talking to y'all. Hold on, let me put my chat up here so I can see it. Okay. So I did a poll on Friday and I asked y'all, what you wanted to talk about on today's live, which was supposed to be for yesterday, but we're not gonna even get into that. I ended up working way longer than what I anticipated on a different project. So I didn't get a chance to come over here, but I'm here today and hopefully I can answer some of y'all questions or at least touch on some topics that I think would be good for us to cover. At least in my head is good. And if y'all want to talk about something else when y'all get in here, we can, honey. But during the when I had asked in the poll what y'all wanted to talk about, I asked if y'all just wanted to know more about my journey and where I'm at in life right now, or if y'all wanted to talk about how to make the most money as a surgical tech. And then the other one was just like we could just talk. So it's kind of gonna be a combination of let's just talk and where I'm at in my journey. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever in here with me. Say hello. No, I like talking to y'all. So, anyways, my current surgical tech, surgical first assist, what's going on with me right now. So y'all, I think I made a video a couple months ago about having one of the best jobs that I had ever had as a surgical tech. And at the time that was true. And honestly, my experience there was not bad. What's up? Hey, how you doing? Is it Hasana? Yes, I can see. What's up, girl? And so a few months ago, I was telling y'all how that was like the best job. And like I said, it was at the time. And then the center is really trying to, I guess, find this stuff or whatever. So it was some things that just wasn't working. So I went PRN. I like that sound. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here. Honestly, I'm so grateful, you guys. You just don't even know. Y'all, it's hot. So first of all, forget the outfit or don't because I'm comfortable. But it's like 80 some degrees, y'all. I'm in Florida if you don't know, so it's hot here. But yeah, so anyways, I had went ahead and went PRN at the other facility. Y'all, it was not really a smooth or really pleasant experience on my transition. But what I'm gonna tell you is sometimes we'll be having ideas in our head and we'll be working towards the opposite goal. Like in my head, if y'all don't know, I'm really trying to transition out of being working full time for like as a surgical tech. I've been going through this, going back and forth with this for years. And I think the problem is that I'm just so programmed to going to work. And same at Orange Park going to school. You're in Orange Park. Oh my God, that's you. You rat next door, honey. You rat. I be in Orange Park all the time. We're gonna have to get up. We're gonna have to definitely meet up. Um, Today's Sunday. Maybe I'll slide at the deck shack. I don't know. Don't hold me to it, cause if you in Orange Park, you know where the deck shack is. I'm sure. But yeah, so I've been really meditating and just working with the energy, positive energy on manifesting the things that I want in my life, the way that I'd like to live the life that I want to live. And realistically, like surgical tech, first assistant, it does benefit me in certain ways, but in certain aspects it don't. And when you working, sometimes the people that you're around, hey Janelle, I just seen your comment as soon as I went to open my app to see what was going on. I looked and I see your comment. What's going on, girl? It's been a minute. I know, right? I gotta do better, y'all. My goodness. And I hate to even say that because I already know. I'm not in Florida though. Just moved here. I'm not from Florida though. I just moved here a year ago from Jersey. But welcome to the Sunshine State, honey. If this is your first year, be prepared for the summer. Just know summer is here. If you don't know, this is when our summertime begins. So all of that cold, cool weather that we was having a couple weeks ago, that's gone. Just wait for it to come back around next year. But yes, Janelle, I miss y'all too. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I was just saying, you know, I went ahead and went PRN at the other place. Even though when I made the video, y'all, everything was good. It just, how was it going? It was say, hey, how you going? Are you going to wait? Are you going to Duval Days? It's some. Of course, I'll be here. I'm on every scene, y'all. Anything happening in Jacksonville or in the surrounding areas, I'm probably gonna be there. So we definitely got to get up. Janelle, I did see your. I know this was like months ago. I did see your email in my on my email account. So I got to go. It's a whole situation with my email, but I got it set up. I got it together, y'all. Oh my goodness, I be needing so much help because I be trying to do too much. But Janelle, I do have your email address, and then we could do whatever. Like, however, if you still want to link up, we could definitely do that. Yes, I got it. It's a whole thing. It used to come to my phone. It don't come to my phone no more. I got to go through a whole process just to see my email. So I need to reach out to Tag. I'm going to send you my number. Okay. Please do it, and then I'll text you. I'll let you know it's me. But yes, you more than welcome, bro. And by the time the summer comes, the studio will be set up. So if you need somewhere to stay, you know, you can stay here with me, girl. If you want to. If you ain't scared of dogs, you know I got the dogs. But yeah, just to give y'all a little like recap what I was saying, the the position was great. It was a real good spot for me at the time, but they just had some stuff they got to work through, and so I was like, let me just go PRN. Y'all, like what I was saying, when you working with, you know, yourself, trying to be the best version of yourself, however that is, however that look for you. If you asking to experience certain things, so like if I'm saying, okay, I want to have more freedom, more financial freedom, more time freedom, and I keep going to this job that's draining me and that's taking up all my, it's kind of like you're working against yourself. So that same week I went PRN at that other facility, not me not knowing, I look at my email, and in my email, y'all, it's a private doctor who I used to work with years ago, like almost before I even went traveling. He had reached out to me and wanted me to come on with them, but I hadn't looked at my email in like 2 or 3 days. And so when I look at it, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is exactly what I was looking for. So it's pretty much it's part time. It's only 3 days a week. I do like 3 or 4 cases, and I'm done for today. Now, to some people, if you need a full time job, this might not be this kind of job might not be ideal for you, but it lined up exactly with what I was trying to do in my life right now. So when you're working like as a surgical tech or a first assistant, sometimes we get caught up in full-time hours, on call, all of this traveling, all of that stuff, and that's great depending on where you're at in your life. But right now in my life, that just does not work for me. I being on call and all of that, it just does not line up with who I am right now. So me working 3 days a week, y'all, and working like 1 or 2 cases, they gave me exactly what I wanted. And when I say they gave me exactly what I wanted, they gave me exactly what I wanted, what I asked for. So when you working for certain companies, you might get to ask for more money, or you might get to ask for a certain employment, how you say it, like employment, not status, but whether it's a W-2 or W-9 or W-2 or 1099, right? So if y'all been on my channel, you already know I'm a fan of 1099. So I just started asking for things that I want that's gonna make me happy in my life. So if it's not gonna be more money, then that's fine, but it has to have an offset in a different area. So 1099 is the way to go. Now, if you know, it's tax season right now. So last year, I worked as an employee and I worked as a independent contractor, and my independent contracting was through CareRev and Medley, and then it was also through this company, a local agency here. So when I did my taxes, y'all, I'm gonna just be real with you. I did my taxes. I've been doing my taxes for years. I use TurboTax as my software. It's very straightforward. They pretty much keep all of my information in one spot. So that's what I've been using to make sure I ain't missing no books. Okay. So I use it and I go put in my W-2. I got all my W-2s, all my 1099s. I also did Instacart last year too, right? So I got a 1099 from Instacart. So I got everything I need. I had like 2 W-2s and like 4 or 5 1099s. Y'all put the W-2, I put the first W-2 in. It was like, I was gonna get like $6,000 something back, right? I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. I put that second W-2 in, honey, all of that money just shoot. It basically cut it at more than half. So I do have a dependent. I'm gonna just kind of explain like my tax, not the whole tax situation, but some of it. So I do have a dependent. So I do get certain credits for having a child, right? On your taxes, you get certain credits for that. But at W-2, when I seen it, I was just like, this is crazy. So then I go put in my 1099 information. And 1099 is pretty much self-employed or independent contractor. Y'all, how it's set up when you do your taxes just on TurboTax. I haven't used any other tax company, so I don't know if it works like this. But when I put my 1099 information in, it asks you how much money you made. And then you get to go in and put in how much it costs for you to do that job. So if it costs me, I have to buy shoes and clothes or any kind of certification, excuse me, I put all that in there and it offset my W-2 income. So I'm gonna tell y'all, if you really out here and you just trying to make, a living or make as much money as you can, do something 1099. It don't matter if you're working as a surgical tech, and I'm only saying that if like maybe you paying a lot of taxes, because some people pay a lot in taxes, so they have to pay taxes. If you paying taxes and you're a W-2 employee, you need a 1099 gig. I don't care if it's with CareRev, Instacart, DoorDash, or if it's your own business. If you don't want to go contract your company, your services out to another company, go get you a little at-home business, do something so you can actually offset the amount of taxes that the amount of income you're being taxed on. So this year, I said all of that to kind of to say why I asked for what you say? I work from home 1099. Yes. Oh, and then it's another work from home. If you don't know, Arise is a good work from home customer service because I do them sometimes too. I didn't do them last year, but this year I'm doing them. I'm doing them as well during this tax season. I can't tell you if you know Arise. I can't tell you the company that I'm working for or that I'm contracting my services out to, but let me kind of explain. So when I knew I was going to go to PRN, or actually before I knew I was going to PRN, I knew that I wanted to learn more about taxes, right? Yes, I own my own car. Yes, okay, so boom. So you already know it's tax season, so you probably know who I'm contracting, who I'm picking up shifts with. But before, when the beginning of the year, I didn't know I was going to be doing going PRN because the company was still, like, we were still okay. Everything was still going well, but then I do know that they didn't want us to get like 40 hours a week. So I was like, that's fine. I'll just do something from home because I already know about Arise. So I went ahead, I took the little course through Arise, but because I've been on that platform before, I knew exactly what I was going to do. I was going to pick the evening. I picked the evening shift, the evening class. It was like from 4 to 8 or something like that. So I did that. And then, because I didn't want to go to the hospital, y'all. I could have went to the hospital, got another job, went PRN, picked up some car. I could have did all that, but I just didn't want that. I didn't want that kind of life. I just wanted a real, easy going. I get to create my own time, my own schedule. I get to create, whatever I want to do. I can do it on my own versus committing myself to a job. So I do the course on Arise. And I'm already into business, so I'm like, well, maybe if I take this course, I can learn more about taxes and things like that. And so that's pretty much what ends up happening. So a month later, I decided I'm gonna go PRN once I completed the course, and then I would just pick up shifts with Arise here and there, and I would pick up shifts with the company here and there. So the company, it was not a great transition, to say the least. So it kind of lined up perfectly with what I had been manifesting, praying for, whatever, however y'all want to word it. Focusing on my energy and my work is going towards being more, of a business owner, whether that's business I'm working in, whether that's investing in businesses, whether that's investing in general into stock markets, because stock market is still investing in businesses. So I was just playing with that idea, and then I see this email from this doctor. It's a plastic surgeon, and he's like, this is what's going on. Da. So I'm like, yeah, I'm available. I talked to the team to see what they need, And we just came to an understanding, and they gave me exactly what I asked for. So I'm like, okay, great. Now my time and energy isn't so consumed in a job where I gotta be available all the time. When like I was having reps call me, I was having to answer questions for the manager, and it was just I was really being overextended. I was scrubbing cases, I was assisting on cases, I was actually doing SPD. So it was a lot, y'all, and it didn't really get better. It kind of got worse. I didn't necessarily leave. I just went PRN. I went PRN, Janelle, but I was going PRN thinking that I was just going to be picking up shifts here and there. But the week that I went PRN, we'll say Friday. No, I went PRN like on a Thursday. By the next Thursday or Wednesday, I got this email from this doctor that I hadn't seen in, y'all probably hadn't worked with this man all of 5 or 6 years. And so he reached out, and I was like, yeah, I could do what you need. And even if I would have still wanted to pick up shifts at the center, I could have, but because it was such an ugly transition, I don't even need to pick up shifts at the center. I could just work for this private practice, making the same amount of money, working less hours, and not be overextended where I'm just doing really too much for one person. And it was too much for me at the time. It wasn't too much at the beginning, but later on, once some of the staff members started leaving and other things started happening, I just kept getting more responsibilities, and it just wasn't working. Especially with me trying to build other things outside of my job. So that's pretty much what's been going on. So I started working at the other place, and so far it seems like it'll work. I don't have to be to work early. I have to be to work at 9 o'clock. By 9, actually I don't even have to be there at 9. He said between 9 and 9:30. How what, Janelle? So I work, and then I'm off by 4, by 4 o'clock. So from 9 to, we could say 9 to 5, something like that, 9 to 4. So that even though I'm making more money, but I'm working less hours, how my pay is set up is completely different now. So now I'm not a W-2 employee. So if you're a W-2 employee and you make, let's just say $40 an hour, the $40 isn't $40. It's really like, we'll say $25 an hour after taxes. Sorry, you're not. No, I don't do office work. So at this place, it's a private practice, but he has an office where he has like exam rooms, and then it's an OR in the back. It's a 1-room OR, and it's perfect for what I'm trying to do. So for the next couple of years, I don't know if I'm gonna be there that long, but I'm just, in my head, for the next couple of years until my son gets done with high school, I don't really want to take a lot of call. I don't want to do too much that's gonna take me away from just being available to whatever he need or whatever. I just want to be present for the next couple of years. So, and then what I'm planning on doing, what kind of case? Oh, plastic surgery. So breast, tummy tucks, facelifts, that kind of stuff. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So, yeah, it's so for the next couple of years, my life does not consist of me working in nobody's hospital, right? It kind of worked itself out, and that's what I wanted to kind of touch on too, as far as like being just a well-rounded person. Not the stress. Like I don't have no problems. Like I come in, thank you so much, Like I'm. All I could do is just be like, I'll praise to the Most High, because I know for a fact that I hadn't talked to them, I hadn't been in. It always work out when you doing what you're supposed to do, when you following, your highest version of yourself, when you doing the right things. Stuff always end up working out for you. If you out here being manipulative and deceitful and things like, putting out bad vibes, then that's what you get. You get bad. So I know that I'm not out here being nasty to people and out here just trying to screw nobody over. And I know that I'm uplifting and inspiring. At least that's my intentions, is to be uplifting and inspiring the people. And even if those people can't be uplifting and inspiring to you when you're being uplifting and inspiring, if you know that Y'all, this ain't church. I'm just saying you have to know that the energy that you put out will come back to you. So maybe that person doesn't reciprocate that energy to you, but because you send that energy out, the universe, God, the Most High, however you want to word it, will send that energy back to you. And normally it's going to be in a better way than what you even could have imagined. And so right now my goal is to pretty much take this opportunity to transition completely out of working, having to get my main stream of income from work. Like, I don't want my main source of income to come from work, and right now that's what is happening. And I know based off of my skills that I can transition into a more a different quality of life. Like, it's nothing wrong with having a job, and there's nothing wrong with working 40, 50, 60 hours a week if that's what you want to. But when you have to do that, that's where the problem comes in, because then you become dependent on that job and that income, and then you behave differently. And so this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. For me, when I go to work, I'm not around people that have the same mindset that I do when it comes down to the lifestyle that I would like to live. So most of the people at work are scared to lose their job. They're in fear, and that is a very low vibrational energy to be in. And so if you got a manager that's terrified of losing their job, in order for her to keep her job or him to keep his job, they'll do whatever. They'll treat you however, even if you're a good employee, even if you're a good person. The fact that he reached out to you years later, when I seen the email, Janelle, I was just like, I was just so, hey Ariel, oh boy, could be good. But when I seen the email, I was like, this ain't no, you know how the old people like, this ain't nobody but God. Like, that's all I can say to that, y'all. And I'm not this super, like, if you know me, you know me, but I definitely am tapped into the energy around, like, to positive energy, to source. I'm tapped in. I already know that. And so I was thinking about specializing in neuroscience. Girl, do it. Do what you, yes, neuroscience is a great service to provide. But I definitely want people to know, sometimes you're going to be in situations that might not line up with what you want. And out of nowhere, that opportunity that door might just close, and it's not because you did anything wrong. It just means that that's not where you need to be at that time. And as a search, like, I've been in the OR for almost 20 years, 18 years this year, and I've seen so many different like facilities that now I know that you don't have to settle. You can find somewhere to go that might fit into what you got going on. Did you get an associate's in applied? No, I didn't get an associate's in applied science. I actually just went through the military and got a certification. That's what I'm going for. Oh yeah, if you have a degree, it'll definitely work for you in other fields. But you don't have to have a degree to be a surgical tech. I work for a cosmetic certification. I love. So this particular physician, the people that has been working with him, been working with him for years. The person that was there working with him, she moved and stuff, and so they reached out to me. My number changed, so the number that like is on all of my documents and resumes from before, it's not the same, but my email stayed the same. So that's how he was able to get in communication with me. But y'all, like, I didn't reach out. I was in the middle of feeling bad, like almost kind of like not depressed, but kind of disappointed. That'd be a better word. I was disappointed in how the facility, what was happening at the facility. I was extremely disappointed, discouraged, all of that, like, because I was really putting in work. I was really doing the work, really trying to be a team player, and witnessing things that just wasn't lining up with who I was as a person. So this is the thing, how some people, you can go to work and you can get the money and not really care, on how you get the money. The morals and your ethics and stuff might be a little compromised, but if you about money, you about money. And so the thing is with me is that, yes, I'm about money, but when I'm not at work, I'm really working on being a better version of myself, like in real life. And so that doesn't line up. And then if you asking the creator and your God and your spirits if this is too weird for you, y'all click off now, because I'm gonna just tell you, this is just who I am. So if you communicating with what you believe in, the highest version of what you believe in, and you're like, I'm living this harmonious life, I'm tapped in, I'm just, letting, communicating with nature, getting all my cues from nature. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like, boom, this happened. I was really just like, what could I have done better? What was I doing? And the people, if what you will find out is when stuff go wrong, it's getting, oh, no problem. Oh, what did it say? I missed it. Do you think I should become a nurse? Girl, you asked me that a whole bunch of years ago. You asked me that like 2-3 years ago. You should do whatever your heart desires. That's the best answer that I have for people. You have to do whatever your heart desires, because I can't tell you, you might not like it. I know and it depends on what you're going to like. If you're going to go to school for stuff, it depends on what you're doing it for. If you're doing it for the money, then it don't matter if you're going to like it or not, because it's about the money. But if you want to do something that's not about money, then you have to find out what that is. Like, most, if you need money, you need money. Let me just say that. Most of us don't necessarily need money, but you need some kind of way to take care of yourself, and money is that tool to do that. But you have to decide on your own what you want to do, area. That's basically what I'm trying to get to. But for me, it's not necessarily about the money right now, but I know, having a certain amount of money does create a different kind of lifestyle. So yes, working as a surgical tech would be good, y'all. I'm not a first assistant, great opportunity. First assistants do make more money than surgical techs. And right now, though, you could be a surgical tech making pretty good money. So it's up to you how far you want to go. To be a first assistant, you do have to go back to school now. So let's just put that out there. That is an additional cost to some people. But for me, I done been doing this for so long, y'all. I'm kind of just like ready to just do my own thing. And I'm gonna take this opportunity that I have at this center, this clinic, this office, to just ease my way into it. But back to what me and I think it was, I want to say her name right. What is it? Hasina. I think I said it right. Girl, yeah, I'm in dual roles. I think right now with at least with me, Janelle, when they see my resume, and because we did talk about like what kind of skills I have, that they was looking for somebody that was in dual roles, but I don't know how, if he's gonna have somebody later come in or what. I don't know what he got going on. Can you become? Is it Hasina or Hasina? Hasina. I think it's Hisina. I see Hisina. Area, can I become a surgical tech? Yes, that's exactly, you can. So, yeah, so anyways, y'all, right now I'm just using this opportunity. This is going to be like a part of the exit strategy. So for the next couple of years, I'm basically exiting out of the career. That's what Hasina. Okay, there you go. Hasina. I used to know a girl that I used to go to work at a barbershop salon with a girl named Hasina. Beautiful name. But yeah, this is part of this is what it looks like after 20 something or 17, 18 years. I was going to say 20 something, but 18, 17, 18 years of being in the surgical tech world, surgical first assistant. And now, like, even so recently, I was offered a position too. So I was offered like two positions. The second one came after I had already accepted the first one, which the first one is perfect. It's like 15 minutes down the street. It's nowhere. My commute is nothing, which is a plus in my book. Y'all, I don't know how many of y'all out here commute, but if you're in Jacksonville, honey, you commute into work most of the time. So I don't like commuting. It takes away from your overall profit from your job, because if I gotta drive 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back, that's an hour that I'm not getting paid for. So I try to keep my commute down as much as possible. I don't want to have to get up super early to be anywhere. It doesn't work for me. Girl, I'm trying to plan the exit strategy. Just my Bitcoin. Look at these. Let me hold some. As soon as my investments make it enough, I'm out. Right. So that's where I'm at, Janelle. So we pretty much in the same. I do Bitcoin, but I did do other, like, me and these websites really is what got me um going, because I see the income. I see the income potential. I think for me, having overextended myself at a job puts my other stuff on the back burner. So now now what I'm doing is I work 3 days a week for somebody else, and then I work for myself 4 days a week. And working for myself could be anything. It could be working on Will Talk. Yes, we will talk. So working on myself right now just looks like creating a business. So I had to figure out which was the fastest way for me to create the largest amount on my investment, like a large return on my investment. Business was the only thing that could give me business and real estate. I just don't have enough capital to drop on real estate like that. The kind of real estate I'm talking about, like not single family homes. So I just was looking into different investment opportunities. Real estate where it's multiple door, multi-family homes, like that would be a great way to like get a faster return on your income. But if I can't do it, since I couldn't do it that way, I had to come up with another way to do it. And what I seen for me that worked was what digital products, whether it's websites, ebooks, that kind of stuff is really that's been my thing, you know, that hasn't changed. The car I want when I'm a surgical set. Oh, okay, yeah, girl. Don't I would just tell you, area. I would tell you, don't even worry about what kind of car. Just get something that's gonna get you from point A to point B. I thought you was written in the back. No, I'm not. So I had puppies. When I had puppies last year, sometimes. So no, because I had the puppies. So then once I got rid of the puppies, I haven't rented it out at all. But I have been thinking about that. I don't know if I really want nobody that close to me. So what's supposed to happen back there now is supposed to be a gym. I'm supposed to be turning that into our at-home gyms, because I got a 15-year-old now that think he, want to get muscles and stuff. So that's what we're gonna do with the back as of right now. But I just, you meant to from point A to point B area. But for me, just trying different can you smoke weed when you're no, because they will drug test you, so no. For me right now, it just seemed like the easiest thing for me to get into, if I can't drop like thousands and thousands of dollars into the stock market and wait, or I could learn. I was thinking about learning. Braylon would be a say. I know that's what even he said. The area he was just saying how fast this year went by. So I'm pretty sure these next couple years is gonna fly past. But I was gonna tell you, I kind of just jumped subjects. I was offered a travel position. Actually, I'm not. It's not a travel position. It's a hospital contract position. So some of the hospitals now are offering contracts to people, but it's not the same kind of contract that you would get if you was with a travel agency. So be mindful, if y'all are looking for a contract and you do go to one of these hospitals, like Ascension has it, Advent Health has it, and I think it's another I'm sorry, you're going through that area. Surgical tech school is what it is. It could be hard for some people, it could not be. But when you go to, if you take a contract position at one of these hospitals, you become a W-2 employee. So you do not get that same benefit that you would get as if you went with an agency. So the agencies, they give you a W-2, but your housing and your meal stipend aren't taxable. So that's why it looks so good on paper, and on when you do your taxes, it looks really good too, because even though you might have made $70,000-$100,000, you might only be being taxed on half of that, right? Well, at this place that they just offered me the position, it's a surgical first assist position, but they wanted you to be able to have experience as a surgical tech and have your surgical first assist experience. They said $63 an hour. Now, $63 an hour is good money, but that is being taxed at $63 an hour because you're a W-2 employee. So that's not beneficial to me because, for one, the facility was like over an hour away, and for two, one of my goals is to keep my taxes down. Like, that is one of my focuses in my regular life, is to keep my taxes as low as possible. And to be a W-2 employee strictly does not allow me to have any kind of control over my taxes. So that's a no for me. So we got the travel at $63 an hour. That's a no. And some people be like, well, what are you talking about? And I ain't even counter offers. So that was just what they offered me. I'm pretty sure if I probably could have got them to 70 realistically. And then if I do $70 an hour, it was a 12-hour shift. So that's 3 12s, which is still not bad money, y'all. Like, it depends on where you at in your life. But I have to be to work at 6:30 in the morning, because that's normal, to 7 p.m., right? From 7 to 7. And then I would be driving, or I would have to stay there for overnight, or at least depending on how my schedule was, I might stay for 3 days, which doesn't really go with my lifestyle. Or I would have to drive an hour and a half there every day, drive home in the afternoon after 7, after a 12-hour shift. So it's a no for me. But if you're single and you aren't tied down and you could just travel all over or do whatever, you might be okay with it. But I think hold on, Ariel. So let's do this. Okay. Ariel in timeout for a minute. And y'all, we'll get into why, because I don't know if Ariel is a real person or not. I don't know who Ariel is. She was here before. I don't know. I want to believe she's a real person, but I don't know, because that'd be doing too much for me. So just be mindful when you are picking these surgical tech positions that you may your taxes. Just pay attention to the taxes. If you want to keep your taxes down, then keep your taxes. I know, girl. Like, what is really going on? Had to let's put Ariel in time out for a minute, because you're doing a lot right now. But yeah, so the tax thing is big for me. It's not big for everybody. Some people don't really care. We know why she is right. What's really happening? Right, y'all? I don't know. Let's just put your time out, Ariel. Calm down. You can still watch. Now you come back. Nah, you already know. I'm trying to figure out who Ariel is, y'all. And so, yeah, so that's what I had going on, y'all. Let me just see, because I did write some stuff down. Right. Girl. Because what is we talking about? And if y'all done been on here before, if you go back, what year was that? It was a couple years ago. I went live every day for like December. Ariel was in there then, and she was saying the same stuff. That's why I was like, wait, what's happening? Is this like a repeat? Like, these are the same questions she asked a whole bunch of years ago. But Ariel, like, it's love, but just calm down. So I had wrote some stuff down, just making sure I got it. Yeah, so basically that's all I got, y'all. So I would just want to talk to y'all about what I got going on, and making sure that if you in this field, if you're new in the field, this is a good field. It can grow with you, and you can find facilities that will work with what you got going on. But I'm gonna tell you, y'all, when I made that video that this was the best job that I ever had before, you could have never told me that in the next couple of months that certain things would have happened that would have made me feel like I was being you know how people want to create narratives for certain people that look a certain kind of way? Like, that's how I was feeling. And I don't always want to make stuff, it's not always about race. I'm not gonna say that, y'all, because that's not true. But sometimes it do be about people just don't really treat other people the same kind of way. Like, it's not, the respect wasn't there. And so it's all good. Ain't no problems over here for me, because at the end of the day, I'm already gonna be taking care of y'all. It's nothing in this world that's gonna have me so in fear or stressed out that I can't be who I need to be. A job would never have that kind of control or power over me. It just won't happen. And it won't happen because who I am outside of work. So yeah, you know, this is a surgical tech channel, but or it's really not. Really, it's just me. But if I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, if I'm like keeping it all the way 100, this job don't like this title. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean anything because who you are as a person means so much more, and it'll bring you so much more joy and so much more like, you know, love and happiness if you just be your authentic self, be true to what you believe in. Now, if you believe in, you know, screwing over people and all that, then do that. But I don't operate like that. And so when people really get to know me, they really see that, you know, I meditate and I want the best for humanity. I want the best for myself. And in order to get the best, you have to put out like a positive vibe. You can't be out here being all negative. It just don't work like that. So if you're a negative person, or if you want to be, you know, out here just getting by the best way you can, then I'm probably not the person that you want to talk to, because the type of friend I am, and some people can't handle it. It come off to some people, it come off as abrasive, but it's not me trying to hurt, like be abrasive and hurt you. I just want you to be the best version of yourself. But you don't get to call me and say, oh, Keioffa, I need help pay my light bill, but I know you was outside blowing money. Or if you're a woman and you got a man, and I ain't coming for y'all, but let me tell you, if you're a woman and you got a man and you laid up with a man and you sucking him, you know what I'm saying, and you doing all that, and y'all money ain't right, don't call me and be like, hey, you know, what should I do? Like, first of all, you got somebody laid up in the house with you. Like, y'all need to work that out, right? So, yeah, you have to be, y'all, keep your vibes high, because it carry you outside of your job. Like, don't let you're going to go to these jobs in these hospitals, and you're going to end up working with and for people that are not working on themselves, that are not, they gonna pick on you. Like, I drink this kind of water, they'll call it, you know, pond water, whatever, just being low vibrational. But this right here keeping me from being around here sick and on high blood pressure medication like the rest of y'all motherfuckers. Like, on, like, if we keeping it above, right, you be around people that want to try to pick on you for being who you are, or try to not even pick on you, because y'all bullying me just don't, it's not a thing. Like, you can try to make fun of me doing what I'm doing, but because I know outside of work that my quality of life is way better than yours, and not to compare it, but just to watch how you behave. Like, I know my quality of life is, I'm not stressed out, I'm not worried about how this is gonna happen. None of that is. I come home, I chill, y'all. I'm finna drink this, I'm finna go, I'm gonna talk to y'all, I'm finna go buy me something to eat, might go to the flea market. I don't have no drama, and I don't allow drama into my world. If you're a dramatic person, you got to go. Picking on you because you, but that's what, you know, people are trying to bring you down because you vibrate and how you come in to work in the morning, and you like, good morning, grand rising. Can you imagine having a miserable life, and then you walking into somebody like me that's in that, like, and not to be, but I know it's intimidating, and I'm not intimidated trying to intimidate you. I'm just trying to show you, shoot, if I could do it, you could do it too. Now, I don't come from money. I come from a place where I come from East Palatka, Florida. I grew up in Jacksonville, but I come from East Palatka, Florida. Y'all look that up on the map. It's a small town, but we grew up, how I grew up, I didn't know what being poor was. Even though, like, looking back on it, it was a poor, we was poor. Like, I guess we wasn't rich, but we had so much joy just in, like, the stuff that we did that was instilled into me. Now, as I got older, you know, you kind of veer off the path, and you got to kind of find your way through life. What I've learned is that I have to be true to who I am, because if I'm fake with me, then I can't keep it real with you. And being fake with me just bring more fake people around. I can't sit here and look at myself and be like, you know, I'm this person that, and then I'm wishing on somebody else's downfall. Like, I would never ever want to mess with somebody's money, right? So I'm not gonna. If we at work, I don't want to come for I don't want you to lose your job. But it's done been a time where people would want me to lose my job, and not because I wasn't competent or wasn't able to do the job. It was just because they was really intimidated by my energy. Like, that's the crazy. Like, people really be intimidated by positive people. But as long as you got the backing of the Most High, the spirits, your ancestor team, because you got to understand you ain't get here by yourself. So if you sitting on earth right now, it was a whole bunch of people came before you that is the reason why you get to sit here and be the person that you are being today. So show them some love, respect them, you know, send gratitude, be grateful for the life that you have. As long as you can wake up in the morning, you know, move around, do what you need to do, be happy, be thankful for that, because it's somebody somewhere that didn't wake up, it's somebody somewhere that's in a way worse situation than you. Now, being a surgical tech, being a first assist has offered me a lot of opportunities, but those opportunities wouldn't have presented itself to me the way that it did had I been like a bum ass person, you know. It just don't work like that. You really have to be out here showing gratitude to life, other people. Be patient with other people when you talking to people, when you communicating. Be present. Don't just be talking to them, waiting for them to communicate, waiting for you to say what you need to say back. What it's called? I just learned this, y'all. I learned the word. Combative communication. So my son had an exam and I was helping him. So one of the ways that people communicate is verbal, nonverbal, and then in that, one of them is a combative communicator. So a combative communicator is somebody that listens to you only to tear down what you just said. That's not a genuine person, because you're not really listening to what the other person have to say. So just be true to who you are, because when you get in these hospitals and you meet these doctors and these surgeons or anesthesiologists and these nurses and these people on these boards and directors, and I'm the vice president, and all of these people with these titles, they feel like them titles make them somebody, and it don't. And I know it don't. So because I know it don't, now I'm moving a certain kind of way around you, because I know you're way more fragile, your ego way more fragile than what you putting on. Janelle say, I come from humble beginnings as well. Good morals and hard work was instilled in me growing up. Right, like you, I'm just trying to do just like you, I'm just trying to do what not only makes me happy, but right, to live comfortably. Janelle, when I could go make $200,000 right now easy. Well, maybe not two might be pushing it, but I know I could go get easily 120, 130 on the contract as a first assist if I really opened up my, like, if I say, okay, I'm not gonna be a present parent, I'm just gonna throw all of that out the window, because who needs a parent just because he's 15? Like everybody, he's 15, he grown. He's not grown. He's not grown. He's not grown. That's still my child. His mind is not all the way developed until he's 23 years old. I'm present. I'm right here with him, because he'll never say, my mama left me to go make some money. My mama gonna go to work. We gonna be in here working. She might be like, okay, we ain't gonna eat out every meal this week. Like, but we have a good life. He can come out here and say he want anything right now to eat that he could think of, and guess what? We going to get it. So is that, but at the same time, not letting certain things be my focus, right? Because that's not comfortable, same as y'all, right? Don't get so caught up in these titles and these jobs. Like, be a good person, like do good, be beneficial, inspire other people. You know what I get tired of hearing people say sometimes is, oh, don't other people can't make you feel, you can only make yourself feel. That's not true, because we can uplift and encourage each other. And if I can uplift and encourage you, that means I can try to tear you down too. So don't be that person. Be the person that you want to have around you. So for me, you can't be around me bringing me down. That's a good way to get dismissed out of my life and removed completely. If you're not uplifting me, if you're not treating me with the same kind of respect that you see I treat myself with, because I'm gonna treat myself the way that I'm gonna show you how to treat me, right? What's all good is that when he graduates, you're wait a minute, you're still young. He can focus, right? Girl, that is my priority in here, hands down. I'll do me after he get done. After I get him set up, then I go. Then I'm all the way outside. Like, I just got one foot out the door right now. I just got one foot out the door right now. But in a minute, I'm going to be all the way outside. But I don't necessarily know that means, for me right now, I don't know that means traveling as a surgical tech. Because, shoot, if I focus on for the next 3 years on the skills and talents that I have that's outside the OR, I might end up opening a surgery center right here in the city, just for the hell of it. I was the same way to my girls graduate, right? Just because what's the alternative, Janelle? To leave them Like, how many people are already screwed up right now? Like, their parents, like I heard him say on the phone, I got mad at him a little bit too, but on the game, I made him get, I was telling him he had to get off, and then I heard him say, yeah, um, what is something about living with having a black parent? And I was like, yeah, you do. You got a parent. It don't matter that I'm black. What you got is a present parent. You got somebody that actually care about your well being, and it's not just gonna let these video games and TV raise you. Like it's yeah, you can play video games and have some freedom, but at the end of the day, my job is to make sure that you're a well-rounded citizen and that you a person, a good person at heart. And so that's what we here doing, showing him what a woman is, showing him what a mother is. Like that's really what I'm here to do for him. I'm to guide him from a feminine perspective. Like, yeah, I'm a single mom, but he still has a whole relationship. Y'all, he's how it is that every day they got their own thing going on that I don't have no parts of. I don't get into that. Now, me and his dad have misunderstanding. It's a misunderstanding, but at the end of the day, I know why we do what we do, and so and it's for him. But at the end of it, when he go to college or whatever he gonna do, cause see, it's up to him. I ain't no pressure. However you want to do this. Now, if you don't have a plan on how to make your money, you got to figure out something. So college might be it. But if you want to come up with a business plan, then and that's what he's saying. He want to do business, so I'm finna help him do that, cause he's seeing what it's like to have to get up and go to work. But yeah, at the end of the day, y'all, because this is really more important than any of that stuff. When I watch people talk about like their careers and stuff on YouTube, um they don't really talk about like being who you need to be to actually excel in life. Your job title don't mean nothing. It don't matter that you're a vice president. It don't matter that you the director. It don't matter that you a surgeon. It don't matter that you're a surgical tech, LPN. None of that matters. Not for real, for real. None of that matter. You know what matter is at the end of the day, when you look at yourself in the mirror, are you the person that you desire to have in your life? Like, do you like you? Do you like you? Do you love you, or do you like you, or do you not like you? Because sometimes people don't like themselves, and you can tell who don't like themselves because how they speak to themselves. Like, you'll never hear me talking, oh, I won't call myself ugly. I'm not calling myself stupid. I'm not saying anything that's because I'm none of those things. That's a lie. I'm not ugly. I'm not stupid. I'm intelligent. I'm beautiful. You speak life into yourself because people see that, and then when they see that, some of them will be attracted to that, and some of them gonna be scared of it. And be okay with whoever you. If somebody's scared of you, then still show them compassion and love. Like, anybody that's got anything to say to me, I have to remind myself that I am a child of the universe. I am a child of the Creator, and at the end of the day, all I could do is look at the person that I'm dealing with and be like, that's also a portion of the Creator. So I have to be grateful for that interaction, that experience, because it could help me. Even if that wasn't my ideal experience, it still could help me and benefit me in the long run, because life isn't easy, so everything can't be peaches and cream, right? So you got to have some kind of adversity that would kind of build up your resilience. I think, I don't know if it's resilience, but anyways, you just don't want to be around here, because that's not real life. If you seclude yourself and you don't be around people that's gonna kind of like push you or make you better, then you're just gonna stay stagnant. You're not gonna grow. You're not gonna benefit from any of like that. We're here to learn. You got to learn some shit. So learn how to be the person that you want to be. Learn how to, you know, just learn. I lost my train of thought, but just learn how to be the best version. Learn what you like and what you don't like. Sometimes you do have to meet certain people, because then you be like, oh, I don't like that person, or not that person, but I don't like how they behave. So that don't mean that you hate this person, but if you don't like how they behave, then don't behave like that, right? Don't be that person. Be the person that like, oh dang, yeah, you see how she made me feel good at the end of the day. I like how she uplifted me and inspired me to go live my dream. And because at the end of the day, it's enough negativity in the world. There's enough people being weird with all of this, you can't say certain things to certain people, and you just be kind, be compassionate. You don't have to be nice, because people want you to be nice. And what I'm learning is, a person, let me tell y'all, I watched this happen. A person would be friends with a person knowing that the person like screwing them over, But they'll hate on the person that keep it 100 with them. They'll hate on the person that's gonna tell them the truth because they don't want to hear the truth. People don't always want to hear the truth. People want you to make them feel good and lie to them sometimes, and lying to people doesn't help them. So I'm gonna be compassionate to you, but you might not like me, you know. But when we get done, and that's if you standing on business, if you really about something, then we good. But it's for the people that's out here that's not about nothing, that's weak-minded, that don't want nobody to challenge them. Them the people that don't, we not vibing well, because it's a challenge. It's gonna be a challenge for you. It's better for me to challenge you and you be a better person and be a stronger person at the end of it than it is for me to coddle you and make you soft and weak, and then the world chew your ass up and spit you back out, and you like, oh, like, no, you need to be around what they say, iron sharpen iron. So be around somebody that's gonna help you be that person. And so yeah, Janelle, like, don't, all this soft, like, I ain't gonna cuss too much, but all this soft stuff going on around here, it just don't help. It does not build up nobody. Yeah, the truth is, that's why I know how. And you know what? And you don't need a whole bunch of people around you, because everybody that smile in your face ain't for you. Some people be smiling in your face, praying on your downfall. I ain't gonna start with the songs, but and they wish, man, they praying on my downfall, and that's the name of the song. I can't get it out right now, but yeah, they'll be smiling in your face. You need people that's around you that's gonna be happy when you have a new job. Even if, like, one of my homegirls at a facility we was at, she was struggling with some things, and so she had to make a decision about going to another place to work. Y'all, on everything, she asked these people for $2 extra a raise because her responsibilities increased. When she asked for the $2 extra, they didn't want to give it to her, right? She go ahead, she reach out to her homegirl, because had been telling her, like, hey, if you come over here and work with us, I can get you in. I don't know how much they're gonna pay you, but I can get you in. So they get her in. She get a $12 increase. $12. All she asked for was for two. So a low vibrational person would be like, oh, now you think you all that? No, you know what? When me and my other homegirl found out, we was like, yes, bitch. Because at the end of the day, if your friends can't be happy for you, if your friends can't be happy for you and your family, the people around you, get them from around you. And if me and you hanging out and you get a new car, a new job, a new whatever and that's something that you wanted for yourself, I'm excited for you, because guess what I also know? Something coming my way too. Because if we close, if you just got something and I'm standing next to you, that means, shoot, at some point I'm finna get something too. And it don't have to be all selfish, like I'm just being selfish. I'm just saying, be genuinely happy for people. Be happy that they get the things that they want, that they working for, that they striving for in life, because you'll get yours too. But if you be around here hating on people, oh, she thinks she all that, nah, what's gonna happen? What you think? How that's gonna come back? What's gonna come back? That energy, that jealousy, that envy that you send out there, that hate that you send. That's what you getting back. And then you looking at people crazy. You looking at for some people they'll send hate to their homegirl. Their homegirl make a little bit more. A homeboy make some more money, and then they hate on them. But then the hate don't come from the friend that you hated on. The hate come from like your baby daddy or something crazy like that. That's the friends I need. Right? Don't. I'm sorry, y'all. It's all kind of traffic in front of my house, but let me see what it say. What's for you is for you, right? I'm always right. Exactly. And I had that's what I told myself when I decided to go PRN, because like I told y'all, I was feeling I caught myself in that, like, I caught that energy coming across me where I was feeling some kind of way. And I was like, first of all, don't get into that. But telling yourself what's for me is for me, and it will not pass me. It will not pass you. It won't. It can't, because it's yours, and it's attracted to you and your vibration and who you are. But some stuff we be blocking on our own because we be around the wrong people. We be in the wrong job. Like for me, I probably was in the wrong job. Y'all ain't even realizing it for months. Ain't even realizing being taken advantage of, being misused and abused, and don't even realize that you don't know that that's happening to you, because you just over here doing your thing. You just out here just moving how you need to move. But people around you feel your high vibration, and they gonna feel that, y'all. And I'm telling you, it's intimidating. And you gonna be by yourself, Hasina. You gonna be by yourself sometimes. And that's okay, because sometimes you do need to be secluded and be over until the right people come around. It's quality over quantity. No, it's quality over quantity. I had to make sure I said that right. All day long over here. If I only got 2 friends, I'm cool, because I know what, no 2 friends I got, they gonna uplift me. They gonna encourage me. They gonna be better than 100 people that's tearing me down, smiling in my face all day long. I promise you. And I know that. Yo, man, a long time. Look, y'all, on everything. I sit out here all day by myself. I got a book right here. I got, right now, I'm listening to 2 audiobooks. I'm listening to 2 audiobooks. One of them it's called Jambalaya. Look, now, it's called Jambalaya, and it is like an African uh, spirituality kind of book. I'm listening to that, and I'm listening on Audible, and I'm also listening to Robert Kiyosaki. I think it's Investment Guide. I think it's called Investment Guide. I can't remember, but it's on there. It's on myself for years. Yeah, and that's the way to be. Now I will tell y'all, I'll slide a little bit. So like on Fridays after work, I slid and had some crowds with some of my coworkers that so since I've been working back in Jacksonville, I've been meeting 1 or 2 people here and there that we vibing. So even though I might not stay at a place, the person that I met, one of the places I didn't stay at very long, y'all, the girl I met, that I love her energy. I love, like, it's just a vibe. She's younger, and it's just a pleasant person to be around. And I done met a couple people, so we went out and we ate, and that's something that we all enjoy doing. So we did that, and then I came home. Y'all, I ain't been nowhere since Friday. I've been right here. I'm gonna go to Home Depot later. Hey, if y'all know me, I'm going to Home Depot. If y'all know, y'all know. I'm going to Home Depot later today, because it's something I need to get from out of there. But I'm here. I'm gonna eat good. I'm finna chill. I might hop on a rise, pick up a couple hours, just because, just to keep the cash flow flowing. But ain't no pressure, like bills paid, life is good. That's all you can ask for. Ain't no drama, ain't nobody looking for me, ain't nobody trying to fight me. I ain't got nobody beating on me, like nobody, no husband trying to beat me up. I went to the Oh, did you have I love comedy shows. Now that'll be fun. Comedy shows, and then this year I done been to 2 concerts. So one they had in Atlanta, but I ain't go to that one. I went to the one they had here. We was vibing and sipping and vibing. See, that's what I like. That's that grown people stuff where you ain't got to worry about nobody fighting, no drama, no baby mamas pulling up seeing the baby daddy with a side chick. Like, we don't need none of that happening. Nobody, like, all that. I was just talking to this guy recently, and we were saying how, he don't go to places. I don't go to places that I need to carry no pistol, but some people feel like they need to carry a pistol all the time. If I feel like I need a pistol, if I'm going somewhere, y'all, I don't need to go there. I need to stay right at the house. Now, it is some stuff coming up in the summertime, so we're gonna see how that go. But I still don't feel like I need to be carrying my shit like outside. So I want to be somewhere where I'm comfortable moving in comfort. I ain't worried about nothing crazy. So we're gonna see how the summertime go, cause y'all know we in these young ones out here. They cut a little different. They got a little bit different than what we had growing up. But I'm definitely going to some stuff. I do like to get out and experience it. But I'm gonna tell y'all, being home by myself, cooking, I just like basic people stuff. Like, I'm real simple. Cooking, like today I'm gonna cook. Yes, I am too. I'm ready for the summertime. I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. I'm ready to get outside, but not with the drama. Like, I hope the drama ain't here. But I'm gonna cook today. I was talking to my friend earlier, and he talking about black eyed peas and all of this stuff. So now that's what's in my head. But I'm not gonna cook all that today. Today we eating spaghetti, and then maybe later on in the week, I'll see how I feel tomorrow, because I don't have to work tomorrow. So if I get up in the mood of feeling like putting some, I like Great Northern beans more than I like black eyed peas. So Great Northern beans or net bomb. That's what we think about, because that's what he got on my head. What's up, Quinn? Hey, boo. Hey. Yes, y'all. So I done covered everything that I had in here. We talked about my exit strategy. So my exit strategy, let me just be clear on how I'm looking at it. basically the same thing Janelle got going on. Is the only way you're gonna get out is to take the money that you get from your income and invest it into something that you can actually live off of each month. So before I even got to that part, I realized that I had needed to kind of not lower my expenses, my monthly expenses, but just make sure that I had a handle on my monthly expenses. So my monthly expenses aren't crazy. Every month it probably cost me like $4,000 if that, to run everything, and that's with food and everything. That's extra actually. So anything after 4,000 is money in the bank, and we money in the bank right now. So I don't have to worry about the money so much, but making sure once you got your income and your expenses under control, like and I say income, I'm talking about whether it's a job or whatever, basically a job. If you get a job and that job pays you enough, I don't know, because I ain't on the scene now trying to find out. But hold on, let me focus. So if you get your job and your job can cover your income, cover your monthly expenses, right? Your job cover your monthly expenses. Make sure your monthly expenses ain't crazy. You don't need a whole bunch of subscriptions. You don't need Hulu, Amazon Prime, YouTube Premium. You don't need all of it. Pick two, keep that, and then go from there. Like I got rid of Hulu. So now I only got Amazon Prime. I got Netflix. I'm probably gonna pay for because I was already paying for YouTube Prime. I don't like commercials, y'all. I can't do the commercial. But so you keep your income, I mean your expenses straight. You got your income that's gonna pay for that. Then everything else goes to investing. Now some people gonna say you need to pay off your debt. Do it, pick it however you want to. I ain't worried about paying off no debt. What I'm worried about is getting my cash flow to replace my income, my income, my job, my earned income. So you get your cash flow from your investments. Now, how that works is either you can go do real estate, where some people go buy properties, and then that property they bring in. And she said, "Let me," because I get distracted. You can do real estate where you get your real estate property, your investment property to bring in a certain amount of income, and then you can live off of that if it's large enough. Or you could do business, which is something that I'm liking. And business is not just where you start a business. Business can be a business you start. It could be a business you acquire, where you go buy out another company or another business. Or you can invest into the stock market, which is also businesses, because the stock market is publicly traded business companies. If you don't know which company to purchase, like if you're gonna do individual stocks, don't buy individual stocks. If you don't know which one to purchase, just go in and get some ETFs or some index funds, drop all your money into them. Or you could go in. So mine is like a little, it's not really a hybrid, but it's kind of like a hybrid. So how I'm looking at businesses, I'm doing straight digital. So I like no overhead, or low overhead, low cost, right? So digital is low overhead, low cost for me. That's websites, that's YouTube, that's ebooks, that's audiobooks, that's anything like that. So if you get a book, you sell a book for $5, you sell it, you can do the math on how much money you need to make. Either you increase the price of the book, or you increase your product. So I had to learn that, y'all, and I'm telling you this so it don't take you 20 years to figure this out, like it's taking me 20 years to figure it out. Get the money. If you single, go get as much money as you can. Don't burn yourself out. But while you young, if you ain't got no kids, or even if you, let's just say you single, you don't have no kids or no spouse, you should be working. You should be getting money. That's all. But if you ain't got no other way to get money, then, who is this? Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I don't know who this is. My bad, my bad, y'all. That was my homeboy. I'm sweating now. It's hot out here. It's hot out here for real. Okay. So I think we had already, I think I covered, look, now I'm finna try to pick back up. She outside. Oh, yeah. Let me see. You do in the drop shipping. So I tried to drop ship when it first came out. And I tried to drop ship those Hairfinity pills. Y'all remember those Hairfinity pills? So I was drop shipping them. And in the company, I wasn't supposed to be doing it. But I was making money. So I had them posted on eBay. They were dropping them to the customer. Like the customer pay me, I pay for the product after I get paid. And so when I was paying them, the company was sending it straight to the customer. So then they found out, I don't know, the company sent me an email and was like, I can't do that. So I stopped doing drop shipping. But Amazon, or not, well, it's Amazon, but back in the day, it was on Alibaba. And so Alibaba, you could just go and get it and then drop ship it, but it would take a long time. So you can still do it with Amazon and like Walmart if you have another website. So like, let's just say you have a website, your own website, on Shopify. It's called online arbitrage or something like that, where you can go find the product for cheaper and still drop ship it. So you'll have a product posted on your website for like $10. Let's say it's on Walmart for $5. You can go to Walmart. They can buy it from your website. You can buy it from Walmart and ship it to them. Or you could do it where you actually go get the product from like Alibaba. But when it's like that, if it's through a company like where they got to come from China and all those, you got to take into consideration shipping. And that's what a lot of people with when Amazon with this 2-day, this Prime, you got to compete with that. So I like drop shipping is a good way, I guess, if that's what you into. But I'm just, y'all, I don't want to do all that. I don't want to do that. I think because I like, I don't want to do products like that. I don't want to have no inventory on my own. So if I did do something with inventory, drop shipping would be it. But the profit isn't there. Like your margins aren't, my margin isn't big enough. Now, if you want to make $10, $15 here and there, then yeah. But let's just say you make an ebook. You write an ebook or a PDF. It ain't even got to be no book. It can just be a PDF. You do the PDF. It don't cost you nothing to do it except for maybe some time. So if you make it $30 an hour, so let's just say it costs you an hour or two to make it, that's $60. And you ain't no upfront cost because you can do an ebook, a PDF. You can go on Google Docs, write it on Google Docs, download it as a PDF, sell it, and everything is profit. The whole thing profit. YouTube, you see people doing coaching. You can go on YouTube, post a video, make it private, sell the link to the video, and you can make money like that. I've just never heard you mention doing it in the past. I was just, yeah, it's just because when I tried, like I done tried so much online stuff that it is good. It just didn't sit with what I was trying to do. But I do know, because even from doing hair, I was able to drop ship certain products. When I was drop shipping it, it was literally on my hair webs, on my salon website. People would purchase it from me, and it would be coming from not Walmart. It would be coming from Amazon. That work, it just made it. It was just more work than I wanted to do. So I like, if I could put in a whole bunch of time at once. I put in an hour in this video. Now these videos don't make a whole bunch of money up front. So this is an hour video. This video might make me 10 cents just off the video, off the ads alone, right? Just off the AdSense. Now, had I had this channel structured in a business way, I would get money off of products. I don't have no real product to sell y'all. I actually do have my, I need to put, I hope the link, I got to check the link. I did create an ebook. I don't know if the link is in the description or not. I got to figure it out. But the ebook, it's an ebook. I did have it posted on Amazon. I'm taking it off. I don't know if I took it off Amazon or not, but it has to come off Amazon because Amazon want a certain percentage of it if they publish it on their website. So because I have my own websites, I could publish it on mine. But I first had to figure out, y'all, everybody outside. I first had to figure out how to get it posted on my websites because I kept getting the error. So what I want y'all to do, if you aren't investing in yourself, invest in yourself as much as possible, whether it's the education. I read a lot of books, I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I'm not so much into the traditional way to go to school, like to get an education, so I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to go enroll in college. I'm gonna tell you to get a book on a topic that's gonna benefit you. It could be finances, it could be business. It has to be a nonfiction book that's going to improve your overall person. So it could be mindset, which is also somewhere that you could start if you want to just start investing. I would definitely tell you to start with some kind of self-improvement books and stuff like that. Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm gonna say anything from Robert Kiyosaki. Go read it. Go listen to it. And it just depends on what your goals are. But if you're gonna be working, I don't care if it's surgical tech, first assist, CNA, or whatever. If you're gonna be doing any of that stuff, make sure that you take the money that you're earning. Sorry, y'all. Make sure that you take the money that you're earning and invest it in something that's gonna give you a return on your investment. So later on down the line, it'll start increasing over time, and you can replace your job with your investments. When you're working at these jobs, like I told you, most of the people, they're only going to be investing in their 401ks. They don't really think outside of a job. It's nothing wrong with that, but just know that people that have jobs, you don't get rich from a job. You get rich off your investments. You get rich or wealthy off your investments. To not educate, right? And you don't, like, back in the day, we all thought you got to go to school. You don't have to go to school. You can literally everything you need. And if you can't afford a book, you can come on YouTube, start watching stuff that's going to entertain you. Sorry, y'all, it's like an electric company. They was working on something, so that was what all the commotion was in front of my yard. That's why I was like, who's stopping here? I didn't know who I was looking at. I'm glad I look halfway decent. And so just invest in yourself, invest in, and then learn what you like. Because you might, like, I also invest in life insurance, but I don't have a 401k. Some people are, oh my God, you're leaving money on the table. I don't invest in a 401k, but that doesn't work for me. It might work for you. If you're going to be at a facility more than 5 years, then maybe you should invest in a 401k. Now, my theory is that if you're going to work for somewhere more than 5 years, even if you do invest in a 401k where you get the employer match, you're going to lose on the money on your hourly rate. So if you stay somewhere for anything more than 2 years, the amount of money that you could earn based off your experience has increased, but your income didn't increase because you stayed at the facility. So in order for you, the best thing that you could do first is, if you want to make more money, is to go to another facility. You ain't got to quit. You can just go PRN and then go work somewhere else and get an increase, because now you got 2 more years of experience. So you do that, you get the money. Maybe you don't use the extra money. Let's just say you go somewhere else and you get a $5 increase. Maybe you just live off of the money that you was already making. I'm grateful for making decent living and only right. Yes, I totally agree, Janelle. I'm grateful because I know that this income has allowed me to live comfortably and invest in myself. I mean, it's not always been pretty, it's not always been ideal, but it still is one of those, this still is one of these careers that I could go work 30-40 hours a week and I'm making $40-50-$60 an hour, depending on what role I'm in. And other people aren't making that. Like, they're making like half of that or less than half, and they have to work even longer hours, so they're even more tired when they get home, and they just don't have the mental capacity to start working on any type of projects that like their personal life projects. Like, come up with your own personal life projects so you can you just need to make enough money to pay, let that job pay your rent, mortgage, like pick a bill, and that's all your job needs to pay. And then or maybe your expenses until, I don't know how to tell you how to do it, y'all, because I didn't have no guideline when I did it. I was just like, okay, I need to have this amount of money so I could do this, right? Maximize it, right? Because these jobs is not, you're not going to get rich off your 401k. Let's be clear on that. Like, that's not what it's there for. And it's nothing, I'm not saying that they're all bad. I'm just saying, understand that you have, the reason that a 401k is there is because people don't want to go learn how to do their own investments outside of their job. So they want their job to do it. But the job is not, the job and the 401k is not going to get you rich. It's not going to get you wealthy. A job is just over broke, right? So you're not poor, but you're just over broke. Some people live paycheck to paycheck. Some people live um payday to Monday. You know what I'm saying? Some people do that. But at the end of the day, that job is only there for you to, it's only there for you for as a stream of income, a paycheck, however you want to say it. But it's not gonna do anything besides get you rich. I turn them. Yeah, give me the money. This is what I'm gonna say. I invest my money myself. I'm not. I rather. Yeah, I'll do it on my own. I'll do it on my own, because then I can't be mad at nobody but myself, right? Because if you don't take the time to figure it out and you banking on somebody else to tell you, oh, you need to invest this, like they'll tell you to max out your 401k, and that might work for you. Like maybe that will work for you, but what's the point of you having a 401k? So some people think a 401k is a retirement plan, and it's not. It is not a retirement plan, because for one, it's pre-tax, is not taxed, so they invest in pre-tax money. So when you go to need the money, you're gonna get taxed. If you need it before you're 59 and a half, you're gonna get a penalty. So it just doesn't benefit you the way that people think that it does. It's an illusion. So you at a job that's barely paying you enough money, and still being charged, right? And so then you at a job, you losing because you done stayed there for 5 years. Because what people not telling you about these 401ks is that it's a clause that come with it. The clause is that if you don't stay at these companies for a certain amount of time, that they end up, the match does, you don't get the match. So if your match is $5,000 and you put 10 in, you got 10, but your match is 5, and you finna leave at 3 years, you're only gonna take the 5 that you put in. But if you end up needing the money, then you penalize and you tax on the money. So I say no to 401ks. But if you can't do nothing, if you don't want to learn nothing, then do you know, at the end of the day. But this is what I'm gonna tell you. If you want to do a 401k, your best bet is to open a Robinhood account, open a Charles Schwab account, open a Fidelity account, open an M1 account. I don't care, Acorns, however you want to pick a broker, because that's all those companies are that I just named. Charles Schwab is a broker, Fidelity is a broker, Robinhood is a broker, M1 is a broker, Acorns is a broker. Pick a broker. Take the same amount of money that you would spend, whatever the percentage is, so you could come up with a percentage, so you know how much money you make. You make $2,000 every 2 weeks, then you take a percentage of that, at 5%, whatever. Because if you do 5%, I mean that's 10 for the month. Realistically, you should be doing 20%. So you take 20%, so you do 10 and 10, or 20% of your total monthly income. You throw that into, I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just telling you what your resource is, right? You can take whatever your 20% is and throw that into an ETF. You can throw that into S&P 500. You can throw that into SPY. You can pick something, pick an ETF, which is a group of companies that's publicly traded, and you can invest in all those groups at once. That's an ETF. That's what an ETF is. See, now, if you can get a pension, that's great. Now, I know in Cali, some places get pensions. I know that. If you can get a pension, that's great. But if you're just doing a 401k, thinking that's your retirement, honey, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but that's not your retirement. So either you're going to figure it out on your own, or you're going to be screwed in the end. You do not want to be 60, 70 years old trying to figure this shit out, because time is not on your side. It's just not. At 40, time is not on my side. So I don't have time to be playing games trying to figure out if my 401k is going to give me enough to retire. It's not. It just is not. And if I had the kind of money that I need to invest into the 401k for it to actually be my retirement, then I'm investing in the wrong investment vehicle. Like, that's not where the money need to be at. If I got thousands of dollars, you can go, you see, and you can't live off, and you can't live off of that either, right? Because it's just not going to be enough money. So either way it go, Social Security not going to be enough money you live off of. You got to come up with your own. You have to take responsibility for your finances yourself. It's nobody else's responsibility. Not your parents. It's not your kids. It's nobody. It's not your job. It's not your financial advisor. Because you would get a financial advisor and then don't know nothing about nothing, and then get screwed over, because that's what happens to all of the rich people, right? They get this money. They go get somebody else to manage the money, and then the person who managed money end up running off with the money. Don't be that person. Learn some of this stuff. just get a simple book, or go on YouTube and listen to an actual person that's talking about something with some substance and not some drama. Like, who cares about, I don't know nothing about no housewives of Atlanta or anywhere else for that matter. I don't spend my time on that type of stuff because it doesn't benefit me. Now, do I enjoy being entertained? Yes, but it's levels to this entertaining thing. If you're not financially where you want to be at, if it's other goals that might take priority, maybe you don't get to spend a certain amount of time on watching TV, watching YouTube, watching, you just have to go read something, learn something. And finances is something that you need to know, because let's just say you don't want to do a 401k, but you don't want to learn the stock market. That's what life insurance policies is. That's all some of this stuff is. Like, just go get you a life insurance policy if that's the case. And a lot of people frown up against life insurance policies, but everything has a place. So if you get a life insurance policy and you need it, you can still use your money without being penalized. Now, it does take it takes a while. Most of this stuff does take a while for you to start accruing interest, for the compounding interest to start showing itself. So the sooner you can start investing, the better. If you're 20-some years old, you should have a 401k. I mean, well, I ain't gonna say 401k, but you should have a life insurance policy. You should be learning. At the minimum, you can get a life insurance policy, because then all you gotta do is pay that every month. You ain't gotta learn nothing. You just need to know what kind of life insurance policy is. I'm not talking about I'm talking about IUL. I'm not talking about like short term. None of that. I'm talking about as a retirement vehicle. Nothing else. I'm not talking about nothing else right now. People need to start living and surviving. Right. It's time to gain some financial. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yes. Because you sitting right here like can't even do stuff but not taking accountability. Right, but no, seriously, because and then, you don't want to make people feel dumb, but it's the laziness, it's the fact that they don't want to go out and learn it. We can do dinner, girl. Woo. Yes, it's a what it is over there on Wells, that one night taco stand. I might have to slide over there because them tacos be so good. We gotta go somewhere. But yeah, you just have to be a lot more responsible for your finances. I meet people all the time in these hospital rooms, and these hospitals, and these ORs. They just, and I'm talking about nurses. They got I'm talking about masters and bachelors and doctorates and all these degrees, and no financial literacy. Like, no financial literacy. Like, how is that even a thing? Like, how do you have a master's degree and you struggling? Like, make that make sense. It only makes sense because even with a master's degree, even with a PhD, finances are not taught. You have to go learn that. That is something, that's one of them. Y'all know how when you playing a game, and they have like the instructions on the game in the like a instruction book, and then sometimes they put a little asterisk and put like something next to the asterisk. It's like a little catch. That's what financial literacy is. It's the little asterisk that's written in small print that if you don't know this, then you're not gonna win the game. But it's not big enough. It's not in your face. Of course, I was talking about this with one of my friends, and it went over her. Sometimes I do, and that's okay. Sometimes I do, and that's okay. Just be that friend when she's saying certain stuff. I have a friend that like they buy. Some of my friends like to buy stuff. I buy stuff too. I ain't gonna lie. But it's something I might not buy. I might not be like, I'm finna go get these Jordans. I'm not gonna do that. But if that's what you want to do, then do that. If you finna resell them, then talk to me about that. Don't come tell me you finna go buy no Jordans and then your money ain't right. You can't do certain things. That's because your priorities is fucked up right now. I'm sorry for cussing, but you can't expect people to. I don't have that kind of sympathy for you. Like, I'm not hurt because you don't see me wearing certain stuff. You don't see me partaking in certain things, but I do enjoy. Like, I'm going out to eat. I'm gonna go out to eat, and I'm gonna eat what I want. I'm gonna move how I want. But I know that, so I budget my life around that. But people that are not taking on their taking accountability for their finances, it's just sad because you're setting your future self up for failure. you know at some point you're going to need money, whether it's for you a retirement, whether it's an emergency. You know you're going to do that, so you need to come up with a plan. You can also use not taxes, you can also use credit. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, oh, credit is a bad thing. No, because if you can leverage using credit to build your income, then do that. But if you're irresponsible with credit, then don't get a credit card. If you're going to get a $10,000 credit card and go blow it in Gucci and go blow it in Louis, then you don't need a credit card. But if you're gonna max that bitch out on $10,000 and go purchase you a piece of land and turn that land into something, then do that. Because I'd rather you max it out on that than to max it out on something that's not gonna appreciate in value, that's not gonna bring you any type of income, that doesn't do anything for you. But it's nobody's gonna sit here and give you a book and be like a blueprint and be like, hey, do it like this and this will be perfect for your life and you'll be financially straight. It don't work like that. It's something that might be financially good for you, might not be financially good for me. So you got to get out here and figure it out on your own and try stuff. Like when Janelle was asking me about drop shipping, some of y'all don't even know what the hell she was talking about. The only reason I know is because I've been out here trying stuff. The only reason I was allowed to try stuff is because I did have a job. I had a income, a career that was making me enough money to figure this, like to try it. Yes, trial and error, Janelle. I had to figure it, but I had to first, not even, the job wasn't even it. It was more my mindset, like, this ain't the right way. This ain't it, because ain't no way I should be, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. And I don't mean happy like, I'm just, you stressed out, you got to go to work, you can't call in, and then if you're not the type of person, you don't have the right personality, you don't look the right way, you don't have the right hairstyle, whatever, you just not the right person to be in that right environment, then it's even harder because now you got to try to fit in just to keep your money coming in. Like that, no, let's not do that. Don't be out here, don't worry about getting no brand new car. I got a 2012 Nissan Murano. It's got like 80-something thousand miles on it. I'm just gonna keep it nice and keep it clean and keep tires on her, and just keep the oil change and just do what I need to do. Now, am I gonna buy something else? I might, but it ain't gonna be no what's that? One of those dang, I just lost the word I was thinking about. Like, I'm just not gonna just do it. I'm gonna think about the next purchase. Do I want to own this? Do I just want a luxury car? Should I lease this? Should I get a loan? Like, you got to be financially responsible when you out here. Don't just, first of all, some people get a job. They get like, I just got a different job and I got more money, right? They go out and go get a more expensive car, or they go get something. They increase their lifestyle because their income increase. Ooh, that's the worst thing that you could do. I don't know what kind of book that was, y'all. That's the worst thing that you can do, is get a new job and then go get a bigger apartment, or go get a bigger car, or go get whatever. Live off the same income that you was living off of when you wasn't making that amount of money, because then the money that you was making, the extra money, you can go throw that somewhere. Go buy you a whole bunch of books on topics that's going to improve your life. Start there. That's your document, your journey for us to see. And it ain't always pretty, boo. But the journey, I'm good with the journey. I appreciate y'all for being here with me. And I'll come back, and the crazy thing about that, Janelle, is I come back and I watch my videos sometimes too, and I'm just like, man, I came a long way from that. That's why I tell y'all too, to record yourself. I tell people, if you meet me in real life, I'm gonna tell you to get a YouTube channel. I'm gonna tell you to document it, share it with other people. Cause even me sharing it, like I said, even though I'm sharing this with y'all, and I know it's not like the prettiest, it's not all wrapped up in a bow for you, I know that it'll benefit at a minimum one person, and that one person sometimes might just be me. I might have just needed to talking through certain stuff. Sometimes when you say it out loud, it make more sense to you when you say it out loud than it do in your head, right? So sometimes if y'all see me in real life, you might see me talking to myself. It might seem a little weird, but I might be trying to figure out what percentage of my paycheck I can spend on what, so let's just say you get a paycheck. I'm gonna give y'all a little easy little way to do it. You see how much money you made. Look at how much money you made last month. So you look at how much money you made last month. Let's just say you do $2,500 every 2 weeks. We'll do $2,000 every 2 weeks. You take 50% of that and live off of it. That's all your expenses. 30% of it, if you want to pay, you can pick the 30 and the 20. You can either pay off debt with 30 and invest 20, or you can invest 30 and pay off debt with 20. I'm gonna say I ain't paying off no debt. I'm just paid the minimum. Now my credit cards are maxed out, so don't, if your credit card's maxed out and you carrying a whole lot of entries, pay something off. So take 20% or 30, depending on however you want to do it, pay something off. But the only debt that I have to pay for every month, you guys, if I'm being real with you, is my car note. So I pay that. But all of my other money going straight to living and expenses. I mean, living and investing. That's what I'm, hold on. That's me trying shit, spending too much money looking for what's for me. All this equipment. But it be like that. And it's still not for me. But that's part of the Hasina, that is part of the game. Like, that's part of it. That's the journey. I done spent money, plenty of money, y'all, plenty of it, plenty. I probably got more subscriptions. Well, I done cut back on my subscriptions now, but I was spending money on subscriptions. I have subscriptions now that's hundreds of dollars. Like, one is like almost $120 a month. I'm talking about, this ain't a subscription for like entertainment. This is a business subscription. So and I might not even use the subscription every month. Now, granted, I could pause it and come back to it and all that. No, I have to feel that loss, because when you feel that, when you lose a little bit, then you got a little more skin in the game. You know what they say, you got to have some skin in the game. So it be like that, and that's okay. Now do calculated risk, because everything come with risk. So calculate your risk. If you know for a fact that you got $100 and you still need $50 for gas, and or whatever for gas, and then maybe you can't buy that new toy this week. Maybe you got to wait till next week or next month, or income tax season if you get income tax, or birthday. You just got to keep pushing through it. Now, I've been doing YouTube for years. I've been doing content creating for years. Nobody sat down and showed me how to do none of this. I done messed up so many times. I done did stuff so wrong so many times. And I'm cool with it, because when it's not a loss, you just learning. We just learning out here. And something to hit. You go, like I told you, I went all the way to cosmetology school. I still have my license. I ain't doing nobody hair right now unless it's somebody that my family or somebody I know. I got all kind of equipment. I got a whole studio in there. Somebody would say, oh, that's a waste. No, I had to go become a cosmetologist to learn that. I didn't want to do that full time. Like, nobody could have told me that. Nobody could have said, Keioffa, you just think you want to be a full-time hairstylist. I enjoy doing hair, but I don't want to do it full time. I didn't know that. I also learned when I was being a cosmetologist that I don't like inventory. I don't like inventory. And when I say inventory, I mean products to resell like that. Like, not thrifting, I might get back into thrifting, because I was thrifting before, and that's fun to me. Sorry, I'm itching, y'all. I'm sweating, so my head, I'm hot, so my head is itching. But yeah, I had to learn what I didn't like. And the only way you're gonna learn it is to do it, and you're not gonna know. I can't live the experience for you and say, hey girl, you ain't gonna like standing up on your feet, you ain't gonna like waiting on clients that's not coming, you ain't gonna like, people changing up their hair appointment, you ain't gonna like that. You ain't gonna like, some of this stuff, you're not gonna like it. Yeah, because what's for you is what's for you, but you might have to go through something just to get to it. You might have to go through something. Everything that comes together as it should be, spirits. Yeah, girl, I'm telling you, if you don't learn nothing, keep trying. And it might not look, and don't be embarrassed. Like, if something don't go right, be cool with, be like, well, I tried it, because there's people out here that's so scared that they won't even try nothing else. I done been a nurse for 30 years, and they done been a nurse for 30 years, and they did nothing else in their life, but would tell you, not to go try something that you might end up liking, but they haven't tried it, or they done been doing the same thing their whole life and don't know nothing other than what they know. The only way that you gonna learn what you really like and what's really for you is, it's like life is like a buffet. That's how I see it. Life is a buffet. You gotta try this, try that, try this, right? Or IHOP or DoorDash, right? So I'm not a fan. Look, I'll do Instacart. I don't like DoorDash, but you have to get out here and try these different things in order for you to really figure out if it's for you. But if you don't, because not making a decision is the same as making a decision. Yes, right. So if you decide to not pay anything attention, you just decide to ignore it. That's still making the decision that, okay, I'm gonna just let the chips fall how they fall. And then when you 60, 70 years old and you got to work, not because I don't want to make it seem like, oh, it's something wrong with working at 60 or 70. But if you have to go to work, if you got to, like, that's the only way that you're gonna live, that's the only way that you're gonna be able to pay, that's a problem. Because at 60, 70, shoot, at 40, I'm trying to chill. Like, I would be devastated if I can't figure this shit out by the time I'm 60 years old, y'all. Like, what happened? Where did I drop the ball? What didn't I do? What didn't I pay attention to? First of all, finances is something that you're going to have to pay attention to, so let's get that on the board. It don't matter if you DoorDash and Instacart. I'm going to tell you, I don't know, Instacart done changed, but all of these little gig jobs, it's nothing wrong with having one of these gig jobs because they even give you your freedom. Even with Arise, like me and Hasina was talking about earlier, Arise is a customer service platform where you can own your own call center and you can pick up call, you can hire people for you however you want to do it. I don't mind that because what I end up doing is I'll pick a company that I want to learn something from. I wrote a paper on this in English, so you can say, yeah, you have to experience life. So if I want to learn something, if you want to learn something, go get a job. But it might not be paying the same amount of money that you want. So like I told y'all, if I'm in business and I wanted to learn taxes, right? Not even taxes, like so much the tax codes, but just more like increase my knowledge on taxes. Let's just say I want to do that. Go get a job for a tax company. That's easy. You can go get that information. You can either go become, you ain't got to be no CPA or nothing like that, but you can still help your friends and your family with their taxes and say, hey, well, if you did this the form you need. Like me doing customer service, people can't even say that at least they tried. They won't say they tried because they scared to try. So let's just say, like what we were just talking about with the Arise company, this is just because, and this is what I'm saying, it don't matter how much money you make. I just want to make that clear. This or what job you in. If you can learn something from that job, then let's just say the job $14 an hour. The job $14 an hour. If it's $10.99 and $14 an hour, we good with it, right? We get, because $14 ain't bad. It ain't great, but if it's $10.99, that's all you. That's all yours. That's all you. You ain't got to worry about putting Uncle Sam in there because we're gonna run them expenses all the way up. Once you run your expenses up, they can't touch you. See what? Hold on, let me not get sidetracked. You do $10.99 for a company because you want to learn taxes, and now you making money. And you get an education. So sometimes you might have to take a job that might teach you something. You might learn something, even though the pay might not be there, but you might learn something. You learn it. You say, I'm gonna work this job for 6 months to a year, whatever you can afford. You do that. Boom, you got information. Now you can go put that information out however you want to. You can write your own ebook. You can do your own YouTube channel around it. You can, whatever you need to do. However, I'm always say digital. I'm always go for YouTube. I'm always go for an ebook. I'm always go for a website. If you can document your what you got going on and package it up to a person and sell it, that's a win. So you don't went and work for $14 an hour as a 1099 person. You don't learn the ins and out, and now you finna go take that information and go sell it on your own as your own business. That's a win. But what I was gonna say with the 1099, when you because it's a business, right? So you're a contractor. So when it's 1099 and you're a contractor, they don't take their taxes out until after you tell them how much you spent on your expenses. So when you put, like I was telling you earlier, when I did my taxes this year, I put my first W-2 in, it shot up to like $6,200. I was like, ooh, girl, but I still got like 5 more pieces of paper over here that we got to run. We got to put through the software. I put that other W-2 in there. All that went down, but then I put them 1099s in. Now I get to play with my expenses. So you got a home business, you got a home office, yep. You paid for this, yep. Travel, yep. All of that, you get to put all of that in there, and then after you put all your information in there on how much expenses is, then they tell you how much they gonna tax it. Versus with W-2, it's the opposite. It's the opposite way. So for surgical tax and first assistance, if you want to do 1099 work, that looks like Medley. That looks like CareRev. Them 1099 companies. I don't know too. And if it's another company that try to hire you, I'll ask them if you can do 1099. Keep the rate the same. If they want to offer you 1099, take whatever they finna give you. Take the $12. Take the 20 something dollars or 30 something dollars at the 1099, because if you making $50 as a W2, you still not bringing home but about $30 an hour. So $30 an hour at a 1099. Now I get to run up my expenses. This is my first shift out. Let me tell you, you get to run up. Now, okay, let me just say this. You can run up your expenses, but make sure you have some kind of way to, if you didn't keep all your receipts, and that's okay that if you didn't, because if you use a debit card or a credit card, then all of your transactions is kept within that. So be realistic about your expenses. I'm looking forward to see, girl, I wrote off everything. I wrote off my certification renewals. This year I didn't have to do my BLS. I got to do it. I didn't have to do BLS last year. I had to do my BLS stuff this year. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. It's pollen. It's pollen like crazy right now. It's trying to have me congested. But I ain't. So if you don't have a way to keep track of your spending, or if you don't want to spend time on keeping track of your spending by keeping up with the receipts and stuff like that, get you a card, get you a business card. You can go through Chase. Chase has a business card that's real easy. You just go to their website, you put the money in. You do have to have an LLC or a DBA certain number and stuff to do business with Chase as a business. But let's just say you don't want to do none of that. You can just get a debit card that's designated, or a credit card that's designated to your business expenses, right? Your contracting expenses. And just make sure at the end of the year you can just print off all of those statements. Yeah, everything, office supplies, anything, all my shoes, everything got wrote off, y'all, with the 1099 stuff. Because I buy shoes every time I go to another place. So when I buy shoes, I normally swipe, so I know which card. Basically, at the end of the year, I take both my bank accounts, I put them together, and then those are my receipts. So if I get audited, it's nothing for me to just go in there and figure out, because my bank already categorizes my spending, my phone bill. So because I do have a at-home business, if you have more than one thing going on, make sure you put stuff where it goes. So I have an at-home business because I have a studio here for me doing hair. So I get to write, that was a separate self-employment category for my income. So I put that on there because I still was doing hair, I just wasn't doing it as often. I put that on there because I do hair from home. That's an at-home business, and it's legal in Florida. You just have to have like a certain setup. So I get to write off my electricity. I get to write off a certain amount of square footage of my rent. So what they do is they say, how much did you pay for rent? You say how much. When you put how much you paid for rent, then it asks you how big the house is or how big the office space is, and it does the calculations for you. So if you're just gonna have a W-2 job, and you're not gonna go do 1099 for a surgical tech, you still need to have some type of at-home business so you can offset the taxes that you're gonna be taxed on your earned income. So that's another way that you can just not get around, but just make sure that you're keeping as much money as you earn it. Because as a W-2, you don't get to put your expenses first. They take your taxes first, and then you come in and say, well, it cost me this, and this, and then they decide on how much money they finna give you for the your expenses. But it's after. So W-2, you don't get to play with your expenses first. You don't get to put in how much you spent on gas and how much you spent on scrubs. I had to buy scrubs for this other surgery, the new place I'm working. I had to buy scrubs. Now granted, I went to Goodwill, and I'm going to Goodwill in a few minutes, but I went to Goodwill and I found me 2 tops and a bottom for $10 because they was on the color sale. They Cherokee, they ain't have no stains on. I brought them home, washed them, and boom. Now had I had to purchase brand new ones, I still would have did the same thing. I would just kept the receipt. So I kept the $10 receipt because I'm gonna have to go buy some more scrubs. But my point is, I get to put that in first, and then after I put all my expenses in, then they get to say, okay, well, we're gonna tax you on what's left over after your expenses. But we running the expenses up. Run it up. Because if you eating lunch, y'all don't even know how much money I done spent on eating lunch at work and talk business. So if you talking business, which at work, if I'm providing surgical services, anything that we talk about at work is work, is business, right? So you get to put, and then there is a guideline on how much you get to write off for how, it's all guidelines. And if you use TurboTax, which is what I use for my taxes, if you use them, they have a whole bunch of help, so resources on their website that you can use to help you, figure out what applies to you and what don't. If you can't figure it out on TurboTax, the other website I use is IRS.com or IRS.gov. You go on IRS, if you got a question, if you ask it right, it'll answer your question. So that's how I see it. So I'm a fan of CareRev. I'm a fan of Medley. I'm a fan of anybody that's gonna let you do a 1099, because then you win it. Even if, and let's just say you can't get 1099, I think the next best option, in my opinion, would be to take a travel assignment or a contracting assignment. But like I was telling y'all earlier in the video, and I'm gonna wrap this up because we finna hit 2 hours, so I gotta eat. But what I was telling y'all earlier in the video, that's for the info, right? Earlier in the video, what I was saying was that, dang, I just lost my little train of thought real quick. Oh, if you take a travel assignment and your travel assignment is with a company like Ascension or Advent Health, it's different than taking a 13-week contract with an agency, a travel agency, because travel agencies are going to give you a 1099 and they're going to give you a meal and housing stipend. The meal and housing stipend is not taxed. That is non-taxable. So you might be being taxed on $30 an hour, $25 an hour, but you might be bringing home almost $80 an hour or something like that, right? Because how the meal and housing stipend is set up. But if you do it with these like Advent Health and Ascension, it's not like that. You're just a straight W-2 employee, but is more money, so they give you a higher income. But guess what happens when you make more money as a W-2 employee? You get taxed on that income. So if you're making $60 an hour as an employee and $60,000 as a travel contractor, where you getting a W-2 and you getting a meal and housing stipend, the person who getting a meal and housing stipend is bringing home more than the person that's straight W-2 at 60, and they're making the same amount of money. Now, if you get in it, if you could get better, it would be a 1099. Yeah, more taxes. So we stand away from taxes. Like, I know people, they don't understand it, and you think, oh, this is how life is. Life is not like this. Most of us aren't taught to pay attention to the taxes and learn how to play the tax game, because that's how you get to keep more money as well. And that's just a basic, like, that's like that fine print that I was telling y'all that nobody really telling you about. If you take the time out to learn the different categories and where you fall in this category. So like I was saying, I was a W-2 employee. I went and bring it home the same $30, $45 an hour. I went and bringing it home. It was like 30% less, right? 30 something, like maybe we'll say 30% less. So I don't know what 30% of, we'll say 40 is, but let's just say it's around, we'll still be looking at like $25 an hour. That's still, I just give me the W-2. I figured out I'm still W-2, but I'm glad I have a 10. Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. You don't have to just, but that's good, Janelle. Like, even if you are going to play the W-2, and if you're going to play that game, that's fine. Just know that you got to have something that's going to offset that, right? Just know that. I don't care what it is. It could be DoorDash, Instacart, it could be CareRev, it could be Medley, it could be a Rise, it could be your own side hustle. It could be something. It just has to offset this W-2, because you have no control over here with this W-2, right? This W-2 taxes, that's all. They're going to do what they want to with this. But when you start playing the game, like, okay, and hopefully the idea is at some point to remove this W-2 altogether, right? So you can just keep all the money. Like, let me run me my money. I want it all. I want all my money because I worked hard for it, right? So yes, you guys, I know, oh my God, it was 2 hours. I didn't expect to be on here for 2 hours at all. I'm surprised my son ain't come out here talking about he hungry again, but he had Jamaican food for lunch, so he should be good. So anyways, y'all, I am going to go ahead and wrap this up. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I love y'all so much. I'm just so glad. Janelle, man, you definitely, I am going to text you. I mean, I'm going to go on. I have to go on my computer. I probably could do it on my phone, but I have to go on my computer. Text me your email. Hasina, text me something. We can link up, girl. I'm not too far from you. We can go do lunch, whatever. I'm all down for it. I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Time do fly right when you're having a good time. Time always flies. I will be back. Y'all will not disappear. I always say that, but I'm not disappearing on y'all. I do have next month is April, so it's gonna be Veda again. So that's a video a day. So that's what I'm working on. So we're gonna do it. We're doing videos every day. I don't know if it's gonna be videos or live, but that's the plan. I will not forget. I'm gonna hop on there. I'm gonna go grab me something to eat because my stomach talking to me. But I'm gonna hop on there and Hasina, you can email me at info@Keioffa as well, your information, and info@Keioffa.com. Any of y'all want to just hit me up, you can email me. I have to figure out how to fix it because it was coming to my phone. It's not coming to my phone. I can't figure it out. So I have to figure it out. But anyways, y'all, appreciate each and every one of y'all. If don't nobody tell you today, I love you. I love you. And I will see y'all on the next video. Bye, guys.